Welcome to Film Bluffs, a place for free-range, non-GMO, dog water opinions. So come on in, take a seat, and let's make fun of the kid with no internet.
Yeah, put the microphone in front of your
Music fades in.
I hate. Ugh. I want you to know that I'd be uncomfortable with anyone being that close to the webcam. It's not just you. However, it's concerning. Ugh. I'm gonna look this way.
Trace, look at us.
No.
Trace, come on.
Trace, come on, look at us.
Anyway, hey everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Film Bluffs. I'm Jobe.
I'm Marshall, and the one that won't look at us is Trace. Say hi, Trace.
Hi, Trace.
Good boy.
Anywho, I don't like that.
What movie did we watch this week? Marshall, we watched Hoodwinked.
What the fuck was that?
A shitty bit.
I closed my eyes and picked a pic.
He spun the bottle.
Yeah.
It's perfectly random, no bias
Random?
at all.
No bias. We watched Hoodwinked. It was a Trace
Hoodwinked.
pick.
Kind of.
Kind of a Trace pick.
It was
It's
an
a Trace
influenced pick. Oh,
pick. He had some lobbyists in
Yeah.
there for Hoodwinked over 1,000 ways to kill a man in the West or whatever it is.
A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Whatever.
I had
Anywho,
people sending me threatening letters to my house.
one thing I want to get out of the way for this movie is it does not hold up to what I remember it looking like.
It look.
It looks so bad.
It almost. It's not claymation, right? But like it
No.
kind of looks like it should be, or they tried to and went
Yes.
just animate it.
I read that is that they did regular CGI animation inspired by stop motion
It's so weird.
for a very, very small budget of $8 million that was pretty much spent on, I'm assuming, just the voice actors.
Yeah, but they made
Because-
so much.
Will say, before we tear into it,
Yeah, I'm gonna tear it.
kudos to the animation team. Like, I'm guessing it was a small studio with a very limited amount of budget and time.
Kambar Animation.
I think from what I was looking at, they've only done Hoodwinked 1 and Hoodwinked 2, Hood and Evil, or whatever it's called.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think I told you guys, but for the audience to know, this movie had a budget around $8 million.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Like,
Ice Age 2, which came out the year later, had a budget of $80 million, and that's what the CGI
that looked
difference.
like a piece of shit.
Right?
Okay, but how much
Neither
did
of them look great.
how much did that make though? Because Hoodwinked made 110 million in the box office.
I think it made around the same. I think so.
But only one had Ray Romano.
But only one had Anne Hathaway and Exhibit.
That's true. Exhibit Beer is good.
Oh, I'm sorry, but my wife and I watched this, and it was like every 5 seconds we were just
what?
dying because it was so funny.
It's
It's some of the stupidest jokes.
they're really dumb, but it's still like I don't know. It did get a couple of chuckles, but I was
There's
like
no build up whatsoever. It's just like here's
Yeah.
the setup and immediately the punchline. Like
I love
hey,
the squirrel though.
bring in the cage. I'm kidding. No cage.
Nope.
Like no, there's nothing. No in between. There's
that
no
was
long
sarcasm. Don't bring in a cage. All right, sarcasm.
That's
Don't
funny.
bring in the cage. Oh,
Like,
The
like,
best
our
one
tar-
is like, oh, well, we can't arrest someone for being creepy. Hey, you know the guy in the tank?
yeah, they're like creepy one.
Yeah, you better let him go.
yeah, like I said, there's no like long running gags or anything.
They're
It's
just one-offs. It's so good.
It's just you gotta get them out as fast as possible to create memorable quotes for all these fucking millennials watching this movie.
It's so fucking stupid.
Millennials.
I mean, it's fun. Trace, explain this movie. I feel this is another hard one to explain, like Memento, with the disjointed story.
So hopefully, Trace, you were able to keep up, but give us a go.
It was a little tough, but it's all the fun fantasy fairy tales that we all knew growing up, crumbed into one. All right, so I mean, it's the classic Little Red Riding Hood story. Little Red is going through a forest to go to grandmother's house. We go, but she gets there. The fucking wolf is already in bed wearing a really shitty grandma mask, and he's doing just scratch my back, my dear. Oh, big eyes, and then he's finally like, all right, listen, are we gonna sit here and criticize me all day? And then they start getting into it. She's like, where's my grandma? Grandma busts out of the fucking closet. She's all tied up. Everyone's going, the wolf did it. And then the fucking woodsman bursts through it and going, ah! And everyone's freaking the fuck out. Suddenly the police show up. Everybody's sitting in the living room because it's a domestic disturbance. What, Marshall?
That was the first time I ever watched this movie and thought, wait, did they just who called the police
right?
when this happened?
It's in the middle of the woods.
They just decided
around?
this happened, and then they're just like, all right, I guess we can just sit down and wait for the police to show up. It was such a long period of time passing.
Everybody was.
I digress.
Everybody's so hostile in this, but they go from hostile, getting ready to beat the shit out of each other, to we cut to the police showing up, and they're just kind of sitting in the living room in a huff. They're just like, no, fine. Police are here. So the police are sitting there. They go, cut and dry case. The wolf did it. Throw him behind bars. And then Flippers shows up, a detective who's not actually on the case, but he happens to be swinging by, or maybe hopping by, because he's a frog. And so he comes in and he's like, I think there's more to this than we see. I'd like to question everybody. So everybody gives their own kind of story. I don't know if there's any embellishing in the stories. I kind of just assumed there was. But for the most part, everybody's stories kind of line up, but from different perspectives. So we see from Little Red's perspective, the wolf is growling at her like it's gonna attack, but in reality he got his tail smashed into a camera, so he's going and then she thinks that's him trying to get her ass, so she takes off running. So there's a little bit of misinterpretations of what's going on in the different POVs, but for the most part everybody gives their own version of the story, and then everybody kind of comes to the same conclusion and filling in holes where they need to. And they all kind of are figuring this shit out because Wolf is trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs and pastries into the woods. And they're like, we don't know because I'm not. And he's like, wait, you're not? Then you are. No, I'm not. Okay, well then this guy is. No. Well then who's doing it? And they figure out it's the bunny.
Not played by actual criminal Andy Dick.
Is he Andy Dick a criminal? Did I miss something?
Go to his Wikipedia. He's got a whole fucking list.
I'll do it once we start getting into this, but he does look like a criminal. I don't know, his face just looks weird. So they do this whole thing. Little Red figures out that something's not right here, and then kind of is following the bunny. Bunny goes into this super secret headquarters where he's going to be blowing away the whole forest so he can... I forgot. I think he's building a casino. I don't remember.
Building his own goodies factory.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Expand. He's going to have a...
He's turning the forest into corporate America. And no one in the forest likes this, so he's doing it by force. So they kind of go in. They don't
even try to buy out anybody.
Right? He didn't even. It's just immediately hostile.
He could have probably bought them out pretty easily since everyone was going out of business, right? That would have made a lot more sense.
You'd think, but
and instead, no, we're gonna blow it up. Actually,
well, I guess we don't know the full zoning laws.
That's true. Well, he's gonna have to deal with deforestation.
He's gonna do the deforestation, I think.
Well, yeah, but he has to deal with the act of doing it, is what I'm saying. Because then people are gonna be going on strike. He's in for a lot that I don't think he's really thinking through properly. I think he should just take a second and figure out exactly how he wants to do this.
I mean, he didn't even know if he wanted a fucking laser in his cave. He was still trying to figure that out.
So Little Red follows him there. Bunny has his goons fucking throw her into a dynamite carousel going down a little zip line. So she blows up. It's a good one. That way she blows up. The others go, shit, where's Red at? And so they go over to his little secret headquarters, and they're coming up with this brilliant scheme that goes horribly wrong because Granny sneezes or drools or something. It's probably sweating is where I'm getting at, and it drops and does the whole...
She comes.
No.
Gross. So the little drip of sweat does the big loud splash. Bunny goes, "Aw, shit, I smell hair gel." And then everything
Hairspray.
pops off. Hairspray, sorry. Good movie, go watch it. And they start going off. They're fighting each other. They go save Little Red. Then they kind of get the bunny behind bars, and Bunny goes, "A prison? But I'm just a little bunny." And then he goes to prison, and then Flippers kind of goes over and is like, "Hey, I need you guys for a special crack team to do investigations like this all the time." And Red's like, "That's great. I've been wanting to get out of this fucking pastry business because it's fucking boring and my grandma's fucking boring." But Grandma's like, "Haha, I'm in X Games mode." So she starts doing a bunch of flips throughout the entire movie. And that's about it. And then that leads them into Hoodwinked 2, The More the Merrier.
No.
Yeah, I know, but I liked my version.
Hoodwinked, it's got a good soundtrack, unironically.
It does. No, it does. I love the music in it. And at one point, I think... because Bunny's singing and they're all like watching in on it, and as they're going in, Wolf is just like, I mean, it's a good song. He might be, this guy might be
the choreography, they had this one, you know?
He might be an asshole, but that song was pretty good, Granny. And she's
Or
like, my granddaughter's gonna die.
Or the very on-the-nose Red is Blue song.
Oh,
Red
that's
is,
good.
Red Riding Hood,
Yeah.
known as Red, is sad, so she's blue.
Blue.
You get it?
Yeah.
I just got it.
Sorry, my cat's acting a hooligan.
Throw him away.
So, this movie wanted to be Shrek, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I think it was trying to maybe ride some coattails, which, I mean, it does great for an $8 million budget. They fucking made bank on this, and I, for the life of me, can't figure out how. It's not, again, it doesn't suck. It's just not great.
It's really quickly funny, which
Yeah.
I think is what it's going for.
Which it does well.
Like if you come in halfway through, you'll get the gist of it, and you'll be entertained.
Well, because you kind of already know all this. I mean, for the most part, I don't know. Maybe newer generations aren't hearing these stories as much. I feel like that these fantasy or like fairy tale stories were very prominent, at least in my childhood. So like,
Trace is saying, back in my day, we had good fairy tales like Red Riding Hood. Now all you got is
I could watch this.
It's
It's true. No, it's true though. That sucks.
Ohio Yacht.
I could watch this from the beginning. I could come in 30 minutes into it. You heard me, Marshall, and I would know exactly what's going on because I know Little Red Riding Hood.
And you've seen this movie before, like
Well, yeah, decades ago.
decades.
Like 1.5, like Lion King.
Top billed cast, Patrick Warburton.
True.
Fantastic as Wolf W. Wolf. Let's not put him down anywhere.
No, I love it. He's got such good lines because they're just like, how do we know this guy's even a wolf? And he's like, you're right. Maybe I'm a poodle. I haven't been to the groomers in a while.
Right?
He's just got
there's that
good
one
one-liners.
bit, which is just so good for no reason. They have a lot of good slow-mo shots when Red is passing Wolf as they're trading seats, like to do their, what do they call it? Their statement. Yeah, their statement. And you're just like, oh, yeah. Can you get her out of here?
Nah, it starts off great with a, can I get a drink? No!
Honestly, I love the police in this because they're just so dumb and off the handles. But then Flipper's like, okay, let's keep things professional. And then the cops are just like, let's kill him now. No, we're going to question him.
Take him downtown. Oh, this is the woods, Chief. We don't have a downtown.
Take him to the woods. It's such a good watch.
One of my favorite Wolf lines is super underrated, but it's when he's like trying to figure out what to do his Granny Puckett, and then he's just sitting there and he just tells Twitchy, he goes, "You know what? New plan. you'll be Granny. And then it just goes into the rest of it. I'm like, oh, yeah, I just love the idea of like, wait, this isn't going to work. We'll have the fucking spastic squirrel be the Granny puppet.
That would have been so fucking funny, though, because the entire time he's just like, they have to slow him down with the recorder, which I think is really funny. But I, like, just imagine him trying to do the whole Granny impersonation to Red while he's just sitting there, and she's like, hey, Granny, how you doing? Wow, really? You did all that today?
Yeah.
The squirrel is just it's a squirrel, right?
It's Twitchy Squirrel. That's his
name. So I think the squirrel is not my favorite character, but he's up there just because I think he's a funny concept.
Joe,
hey,
what did...
Marshall.
Yeah, buddy.
Tell us about the mountain goat.
The mountain goat that he's so good. It's just good. Whoever was the genius person in the writing room
who played him
baked out of their mind, sitting there going, hey, Red Riding Hood needs to go up a mountain and meet a goat, okay? He's gonna have a bunch of train tracks and shit, you know, going through mine carts. He's gonna be the old man in the mountain. Oh, that's pretty cool. And he's only singing the entire time. What the fuck? That's brilliant, dude. I think they named him like vice president of the world at some point.
What? Is that in Hood versus Evil?
No, that person came up with the idea for the goat.
Oh, okay.
For our listeners who aren't personally tied to us, there was definitely a period of time in which we lived together where Marshall...
There was a period of time where we lived together, you're correct.
I don't know what Marshall's doing, but he seems to be really getting Jobe's ass today.
I'm sorry, Joe. You can continue on. Make your little point, kid. Here, you want to bat at the little toy?
Yeah, I do, but I can't because we're states apart.
Dude.
To family.
The thing you cut out Disney would have killed us.
That was an intentional censorship.
But anyway, there's definitely a period of time where Marshall's response to like everything I feel like was just
let's give a live reenactment. So, Jobe, you're gonna ask me if I did the dishes. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, Marshall, you loaded the dishwasher?
Did I?
Once again, I've been driven to drink.
And now I'm an alcoholic again.
And scene.
Yeah, that was pretty much brilliant. You can tell where Jobe gets his acting prowess from. It's me. I taught him everything I know.
Marshall is Jobe's dad.
He was in a production of Guys and Dolls.
That's true. Sky Johnson?
No, not at all.
I thought you were Sky. Might be.
So if anyone needs to contact my friend Jobe, he's right here. Send us a DM on something.
Where can they find us?
Hey, that's the end of the podcast, so they have to stick around. They have to stick around.
Yeah. We can't have them leave now. They'll know where to find us. However,
turn this episode off. Send us a message.
However, if you do want to email us at Film Bluffs, I will respond with all of Jobe's personal contact info.
And his headshot.
Yeah.
I just got new ones done.
Did you really?
You gotta show us later.
You gotta show us later, Jobe.
You gotta.
I have to.
Jobe, you gotta show us later.
Show us at a chat with Jenna so that Jenna can go, oh my god, you're showing me your headshots.
Anyways, back to the pressing point at hand. Hoodwinked might be the
best movie in the
finest literary devices or something, because they have a lot of man versus man, man versus nature, man versus bunny.
Society.
No, man versus
bunny.
The bunny.
The bunny.
All right. Also, love the little dog that Flippers has, which shows that Flippers not only owns slaves, but because the dog is intelligent. But the dog
on a leash.
Yeah, he's a little freak.
It's just a Pluto situation. Pluto, the dog from Mickey.
Pluto can't fucking write.
Dumbass.
You don't know that?
No, I can.
And who says that this other one can?
Because we watched him.
You see him.
I don't remember.
He like sharpens a pencil and then starts writing.
Oh.
And then later he also uses a typewriter.
Well, maybe I missed that part because I was too busy being distracted.
By what?
No wonder people
by Jobe's eyes.
For our
they do what?
Criticisms.
I got some criticisms. There needs more of those characters from the fucking snowboarding scene. Love those guys.
Oh, true.
The penguin, the snow bear,
his face though.
Fox. I think it's a fox, right? Yeah,
probably.
When Granny shows up, she's like, "I brought snickerdoodles," and he's like, "Snickle my ickle," and everyone's like, "The fuck?" And then can't take the critter out of the train. It's a banger.
The soundtrack is just it's so fucking good.
And then you get the classic. You hear those guys? Yeah, they put the Sabertooth brothers out of commission last week, or whatever it was. And you're like, oh, they're evil. They're fucking British or something.
They're just European.
They're Dutch.
Oh God, they're Swedish.
I mean, one of them is definitely Austrian because they're just Arnie.
Okay. What?
Do you think they tried to get Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No, they spent all their money in Exhibit.
Probably. Everybody else did it pro bono.
This is off tangent slightly, but the DVD cover of the movie, all the characters are holding like the little placards for like when they're taking their like mug shots.
Yeah.
And it's like who the character is and they're playing, right? A lot of them just say like Anne Hathaway or whatever, but for some reason, Exhibit says Exhibit as Chief Grizzly, but Chief Grizzly is not the one holding it. It's the guy who's the Arnold Schwarzenegger dupe, and that always confused me.
Oh, that is weird.
Well, because they can't have the chief of police looking like he's getting his headshot taken.
That's true.
But I'm pretty sure like Flipper and the chief of police were in the front of the shot. Like, but
I see where Jobe's going with this, and I like it.
Do you? Joe, what did you not like about this movie? Because I know you love this movie because you're a freak.
I generally didn't like the action scenes. Like,
did you just not like the animation?
Might be it.
It's not amazing.
Nothing happens that makes you go, "Oh, that's fucking sick." But I think it's also just supposed to be funny that you watch an old lady doing it, but you get over it. Fast, I feel.
Because they use a lot of like, it's not slow mo. It's like 3/4 mo. Like it's just slightly slowed down, but it's not like not like a 300 slow mo, right? It's just slightly slower because you think they couldn't do it that fast in the animation.
They had to slow it down a bit.
We've just gotten an update from our correspondent in the field, Marshall, who gave us the Hoodwinked box cover.
Right?
I'll get out my phone and see it then.
But like Glenn Close, Anne Hathaway, Patrick Warburton, the only ones that's actually and Jim Belushi are the only ones that's their character, right? Exhibit as Chief Grizzly is not that guy, and Anthony Anderson is not Twitchy. That doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't you just have the chief?
Because the chief and detective aren't going to get their fucking headshots taken. It's just criminals.
Why they're not getting arrested?
Oh my god, I hate you guys.
Why? I'm
Next you're going to tell me we should talk to ants.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's just fucking stupid. I guess.
Love in this box cover you can see that like Red is she's been shrunk down to ridiculous size.
Yeah.
She's like overlaid on top of Granny and Patrick Warburton, so it looks like she's standing on their toes.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Another bit that I think is really interesting in how they set up jokes in this, it's they either have punchline and then they have they just have set up punchline.
They either have punchlines or sometimes they forget about that part.
Well, just sometimes it's like, oh, you got beat up by a girl, and then they look over and it's like, oh yeah, I was like martial arts champion.
She's like a black belt in Taekwondo.
Yeah, that's what part's the funny part? The fact that she's the champion, or the fact that they're all commenting the fact that he got his ass kicked by a girl? Neither of it's funny. It's really misogynistic, guys.
Yeah,
it's really fucked up.
Trey, stop writing misogynistic jokes.
I didn't write this movie.
I think the most unrealistic part is talking to ants, because they talk to like a caterpillar or something, which is pretty fucked up. The other unrealistic part is how Granny was able to hide this secret double life for I feel like a while, as I feel like she would not have been able to hide it as easily.
She would have gotten injured at some point.
Because it's funny, but at the same time, it's like Red seems inquisitive enough that she would follow up, but she finds that medallion or like the little gold medal she has. She's like, "What's this? Oh, that says World's Greatest Grandma." It actually says Battle of the Iron Cage Gladiators, and she's like, "There's two things Grandma never does: lie and extreme sports." And then they move on.
I think if we want to really dig into the psyche of Red, she probably knows something's up with her granny, but she also just can't accept that her granny would lie to her for years.
Grandma
so
said she'd never lie.
Eye or whatever, she understands that she is being lied to, but also she can't accept it, so she just lets the lie happen
until somebody else exposes it.
So,
she's like, "Ah!"
I commented on this already. So the whole plot of this is Anne Hathaway's character goes, "Hey, Grandma, can I bring the recipes to you to make sure the recipes are safe?" And Granny's like, "No, why don't you just leave them in the vault?" And then Anne Hathaway says, "Yeah, Granny, no problem, boss." So then she goes to the vault, opens it up, and then that starts a chain reaction. Here's my thing. I feel like if they were in the vault, they were still fine if you just left them there. Yes, Jobe. You got something to say?
Yeah, you want to talk about ridiculous shit in this animated children's movie?
Is it the callback?
We see like 8 goodie shops being closed down in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's like because the recipes were stolen, but it's like this is 8 goodie shops within like 2 blocks of each other. There's no way they were all doing well financially anyway.
That's true. Well, that's a good point.
I want to say it's probably like they're not like diverse. Like someone just does like scones, someone else just does fudge. So if you want fudge, you go to the fudge guy or you go to the scones guy, you know?
But the Puckets, they've been collecting recipes for generations.
That's why she's the best at it, but she doesn't make a ton. I'm fucking dying because I can't drink water today, apparently.
Why not?
Oh, man. Should we instead shift over to our classic Capri Sun? Wait, how long have we been recording?
27 minutes. We could do a Capri Sun break.
To our classic Capri Sun break. Excellent transition.
Yeah, nailed it. There we go. See you later, guys. See you on the flip side. Don't be see you on the other side of the mountain.
Ooh, grandmother's house we go.
You want to go over the woods and through the river. No way, you don't want to go through the river. You'd get all wet.
See, when life hands you lemons, make lemonade. And then sometimes the lemonade goes bad and stinks. It gives you ulcers.
And now we're in our break.
We want to talk about something that's really near and dear to our hearts.
Yeah.
So if you guys didn't know, our co-host on this show, Jobe, a point to him with my cat's toy, he is an aspiring actor based out of LA. Just like the woodsman in this. And Jobe the other day actually had a callback. And so we all did the bit where the woodsman says, "I got called back." And it was fucking phenomenally funny. You should have been there.
Jobe, what the fuck are you doing?
He's being astounded.
Me? Jobe?
Oh my God, Ellen, you shouldn't have.
LA?
Yeah, pretty much. You just did my bit, but you explained it more.
Yeah, well, because sometimes we don't have video watchers. We only have audio listeners.
So, Jobe,
fine. Don't draw attention to the bit then.
You're drawing attention to the bit now.
I wanted to do since you're a seasoned veteran of the play, the stage, the silver screen. How realistic is the woodsman's audition process, his callback, the feedback he gets from the director, and trying to figure out what is this character that he's playing as, and how he dives into getting research in for this role? Have you ever experienced something similar on the sets of The Dark Knight, Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin, all that stuff?
Well, I will admit I haven't had many commercial auditions, but
because they just call you and they just say, "Hey, we don't even need you to audition. We want you for the role." I understand completely. Right.
Yeah. They come to me just like contracts in hand, but.
But back in your days, maybe like college, I guess, when you were auditioning for things,
No, you definitely get notes. They won't usually be presented so bluntly as the director in the commercial
Well, yeah.
does. But essentially it does boil down to, hey, we liked what you did. Come in tomorrow and do it good this time.
Yeah. So have you ever been, working on, practicing what the director gave you, and then you get involved in a huge police investigation and maybe are not as good as to go in, but you still get the job the next day?
Yeah. I mean, so one time I had a callback for the next day.
A callback.
Yeah, I got the callback. So I went and had a celebratory drink. So I was drunk driving through the streets of LA. And I crashed my car, maybe did a little vehicular manslaughter.
Crashed my car into a bridge.
But the dude was a pedophile, so I was a hero. And they gave me the role.
We here at Film Bluffs did not condone drunk driving.
But we do condone... I won't say that.
Yeah.
We might condone...
No.
No,
yeah.
I'm okay with the result.
Something that Jobe was telepathically communicating to us earlier when we were
like
doing the intro.
ants might.
They use pheromones, stupid.
Pheromones, idiot. I'm not even close enough to get fared up.
Yeah, and trust me, I'm rank. If you guys can smell
we've been fighting a lot this week.
The Woodsman was criminally underutilized in this movie. It definitely was the Anne Hathaway, Patrick Warburton granny show, and the Woodsman was there for comedic relief, and so was Exhibit and the Squirrel and Flipper and the fucking Anthony Anderson.
Well, because he's kind of written pigs, in a way that like he doesn't fit in.
And the goat
and Timmy and Tommy
and
the caterpillar
and the fox and
the squirrel.
You can take the critter
out of the tree, but you can't take the critter.
Because like for some reason Granny's got secret agent training. Red has obviously inherited this, and she's a black belt. Wolf is Wolf.
Bad. No, he grabs the bunny and the bunny just kicks him in the tummy.
Yeah, but for some reason he's also a good investigator, so at the end, those three are the only ones offered jobs by Flipper. Then he's like, I want you three. Then he's like pushing Woodsman out of the way. Good to your acting.
The Woodsman already had a dream.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, he's like, he doesn't fit in with those three. I don't know why it's a little weird that they write him like that, because it feels a little disconnect, but... It's also, again, a kid's movie, and it's stupid fast humor.
Jim Belushi agreed to do it for some reason.
Yeah.
And like, fuck, we gotta have a character for him.
Shit. Is there Woodsman in Little Red Riding Hood, right? Yeah, okay, let's just throw him in there.
Yeah.
Doesn't he, like, in the original story, doesn't he, like,
he
kill the wolf?
Kills
the wolf and then, like, pulls out. Because the wolf eats them.
Yeah, he pulls out. He can't be knocking bitches up.
Okay. Anywho, Granny, fantastic. The snowboarding sequence was
pretty
phenomenal.
Good.
It was so good. Oh my god, you guys should have been there. Oh my goodness.
Marshall was there for Granny's first appearance.
Oh.
He actually did the mocap for the snowballs.
Yeah,
it was so good. All right, when the fucking when Arnold Schwarzenegger comes up, you small, you little.
It's just they're fun characters. Look at them.
They're fun.
Funny.
Or when Granny's like, "Tell me for I can't tell you. Tell me who you work for, young man." The Goody Bandits. You're just like, yeah.
And then he actually tries to kill an old woman.
That's true. Yeah, which is kind of crazy. We do have a lot of attempted murder in this movie.
Yeah, no, it's
I just can't get over the visuals.
I know.
It's
remember,
like,
could you say that Trace is blue? Because you're so sad. Trace is.
It's just like
doesn't make much sense.
Like you look at it and you think maybe this doesn't look too bad, but then you get a closer look at it and you realize how haunting it is.
Well, it was made in what, 1942.
Not
when
true.
Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
It's almost it's given me like a year
Bowling
without...
alley. The bowling alley animations when you get like a strike. That was a field trace.
I didn't do anything to you, Marshall. It's giving me those old Christmas movie vibes, I guess, is what I was always trying to get
old
at.
Christmas. What kind of Christmas movies are you watching?
Year Without Santa Claus?
Like
the real, like the real, like Heat Miser and Snow Miser.
Hey.
Maybe we'll hit one of those up when holidays come along.
Can we watch Rudolph? Because it's only like 5 minutes long.
Yeah, no, I do like Rudolph.
We could probably do a neat bundle of them.
I do
actually
have
the hour-long episode for the 6 minutes that Rudolph is, or whatever it is.
I do actually have a DVD that has all those movies in one, and it's like,
thank God that we just go over to your fucking house.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Sleepover.
Would you like to see that? Comment below.
Hit if you
would. Say no,
Don't.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Hit us up on Instagram and TikTok.
Oh, it's 52 minutes. My bad. That's less than an hour. We could have a 1-for-1 retelling of the stop motion Rudolph.
Oh, let's just do a cold read.
I feel like
silver and gold.
You're very good at moving your head like Rudolph because he just looks like an infant.
Hey, what are you trying to imply here?
That you look like a
very good dexterity over my body or something?
All over my body.
I'm just saying, every time we've met outside of the podcast, you've had to have the editor hold up your head because your neck couldn't support it.
Listen, it's because my brain is so massive and my neck is so itty-bitty that my head is... I'm just going to stop talking.
Yeah, Madison, what are your thoughts on that?
He's lying.
So right.
True.
I just like it when Madison does little cut-ins.
Listen,
Marshall, wait.
What?
So, you know how Reg, she's won a lot of karate tournaments.
It's karate.
She's won a few karate tournaments. She's like a black belt.
Yeah.
Would you just... And, she stands up for herself. Would you say she's proud?
No.
I fucking hate this bit.
Okay.
She has the likings of a dragon, though. So you could say she's the dragon warrior.
I can't believe he stole your bit that you were stealing from him.
I know. I got fucking Shanghaied over here.
We have talked about how good this movie is, but in all reality, this movie is kind of terrible. It's bad. It's not
so
like
funny.
Offensively bad. It just doesn't feel polished. It's like it's like you go to it's like it's something you'd watch in like a high school like art class or something. I don't know. Like
I don't know about that.
It's like Space Chimps.
I don't know what that means.
What is the connection to Space Chimps besides Andy Samberg?
And Sandberg's not in Hoodwinked.
So Andy.
Andy.
You didn't go for Andy Dick?
Yeah, whose name is just Andy.
No, because Andy Samberg's not a criminal.
Yeah, because Andy Dick's a criminal. I won't associate.
Just kind of low budget
Space Chimp is on Tubi.
Movies featuring Patrick Warburton.
B movie.
It is karate. And she does have 3 trophies, so technically, Jobe's correct.
But what if one was for her age group for the whole tournament and participation?
Yeah. Also, it just looks bad. Like, it barely looks like Red.
Well, She was younger.
I think she just really grew into her animation and art style.
No, like...
As we all do.
When the animation's terrible, it does not hold up. But it's got, like, a certain charm that after a little bit kind of goes away. Like when you first start watching, especially if you watched it when you were younger, you're like, oh yeah, I remember how bad this looked. And then like 20 minutes in, you're like, I should be done with this. The plot is paper thin at best. The jokes are kind of funny, but they're quick, so you don't get time to like
quick to anger,
sit on them, But
I think this is going to be the first movie I show my kids. And I'm not going to stop showing it. This is the only thing they're going to watch until they have cognitive reasoning so that they can retain the memory of it.
That doesn't work. Kind of. You gotta have a good part. I watched Bambi every day for like 2 years or 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like from ages like 1 to 3, that's all they're gonna watch.
And I got nothing. I got bits. I got kind of good bits up in the old noggin, but I couldn't tell you the whole plot. What?
Bits and pieces?
Oh my god, Jobe brought it up. Jobe is in a movie called Bits and Pieces.
Jobe, what was your character in Bits and Pieces?
Michael.
What
did Michael do?
It was a bad
He
boy.
ate people.
He ate people? That's crazy. Why would he do that when there's a perfectly fine steak right there?
The steak is people.
All right.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
What about this plate of cookies?
Ooh, cookies.
Ray's cookies.
Michael has celiac disease and can't have cookies.
Oh, shit. What about this ice cream?
He's lactose intolerant.
So the only thing Michael can eat is people.
Yes.
Crazy.
He was forced into it.
What if a person had a cookie and they took a bite and you're like, oh no, they got like cookie in them?
He's not eating the shit out of their asshole.
What if you gave a mouse a cookie?
Then he'll want a fucking glass of milk and it just gets worse from there.
Did you ever? There was
a
Christmas edition where it was like
it was a cartoon.
Was it? Yeah, but there was a Christmas one where it was like this lady like ate some coal or some shit like that, and then it just got worse from there or something. It was like she ate some coal, and then she was like, "Oh fuck, I gotta put a little Christmas tree inside of me too." I guess like
there was
the
a
whole
series.
thing.
That's kind of
what was it with people having books about people eating shit? Was there a bunch of fucking floor fetish people out there? Like,
I think there was just a period of time where the most important lesson you could impart on your young child is stop eating things off the ground.
Yeah.
I didn't get that notice until late in life, apparently.
Well, yeah, because he kept eating the fucking worms.
And then, they keep telling you all this bullshit, all this fucking propaganda. Big Book is trying to tell you don't eat shit off the ground. And then Small Book comes out of nowhere with saying, hey, this is how you eat fried worms, kid. And you're like, fuck, now it's a movie too? Like, goddamn. You guys are fucking crazy for that.
I gotta do that. But then my parents are saying that's not good for you.
I think overall the realization for me with this movie was that
it's on Max.
What?
How to eat fried worms.
Oh, okay. I watched Hoodwinked on YouTube.
Another thing, why the fuck is Hoodwinked 2 everywhere, right? And Hoodwinked 1 is nowhere to exist except for this one guy who uploaded it to YouTube.
It's probably because of the kind of somewhat present war crimes.
War crimes?
And terrorism that the bunny's gonna do.
But he fails.
Bunny!
Well,
it's probably, I'd reckon more so.
Go on.
I'm guessing
nothing happened.
The contracts for these for the soundtrack probably got all fucky wucky, and now no one can really properly pay the royalties.
Yeah,
that or they're ready to make Hoodwinked 3: Revenge of Kitty Galore.
Ooh.
Oh no. Fucking Cats and Dogs really said Revenge of Kitty Galore, a character we're introducing in this movie.
Joe, you got some strong feelings.
Do we need to watch? Do you mean Cats versus
You watch
Dogs?
the first
or is
one.
It, no, it is Cats and Dogs.
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. Do you need us to watch Cats and Dogs now?
I'll watch Cats and Dogs.
Is that going to be your pick?
No.
Oh.
I got too many things lined up.
Let it be known to the audience that we have a spreadsheet that tracks who's next, right? And Jobe has got the next how many? 1, 2, 3 movies lined up. That's 9 weeks for him. And Trace also has his.
Yeah.
Next. Well, I don't because I'm a silly little guy and I want to spring it on them in the last second.
See, I don't care if they know
little guy who can just bully Trace into picking his movie.
Yeah. I know I'll forget because Jobe and I have been talking about watching a certain movie for 2.5 years now, and we keep forgetting to watch it. I can't tell you right now, Jobe. because I don't want to give any spoilers away.
But for me, the biggest realization of this movie was, I was like, okay, yeah, Hoodwinked. This is a fun, dumb movie. And I watched it, I think, for the first time ever by myself in my room. And I'm just sitting there in silence. And like, I think the funniest part of this movie was watching Marshall fucking gored at this shit.
No, that was Chicken Little. It was a double feature. We watched.
That was. Hoodwinked. I had people from work over. They had no idea what a Marshall was. This grown-ass man losing his fucking shit. Mind at Chicken Little.
I remember you told me later, one of your work coworkers was like, "Hey, was he high? Because he was laughing his ass off at Chicken Little." And you're like, "No, he was just
he's never touched a drug."
Watches Chicken Little.
Marshall's not been high a day in his life. He just fucking loses it.
But it's so funny. Like it's
a pretty funny movie.
No, but I already had watched Hoodwinked, and that was already pretty funny.
I feel like we do need to do a series of Marshall picks where he's just picking animated movies that he loses his shit over for some reason.
It'd be over. You hear me pull out the Dougal out of the back pocket, and you're instantly
What do you mean back pocket? You've been talking about Dougal nonstop for the last 4 months.
I've been talking about Dougal for years.
Yeah, Dougal-shaped bulge in his pants for years.
I hate that so much.
I don't even know if there's anywhere you can watch Dougal.
I'm sure there's somewhere you can watch a Dougal.
I'm gonna pirate it illegally. Come get me, FBI.
Yeah, worry, I found it on Amazon.
It just looks so weird.
It's the fact.
It's Jimmy Fallon,
Jon Stewart, Whoopi Goldberg, Ian McKellen.
It's just, I think it's the mouth open on the cover art that's just kind of weird to me.
Kevin Smith, John Krasinski.
Oh, you know what? I spelled
Chevy Chase, Kylie Minogue. Anywho, Hoodwinked is a hoot of a movie, and I don't know. I've been trying to figure out what to give this movie, like score-wise.
I couldn't.
Because it's really funny. It's really entertaining on the one hand. But if I like give Hoodwinked an 8, I will not be able to show myself in front of like anybody. Like,
it's like it's weird. Like it's not even a good movie. It's entertaining.
Like you can give it an 8 out of 10 on like an entertaining scale, but you can't be like, oh yeah, out of all movies, this is an 8 out of 10 because someone will shoot you in the back of the head right there for slander. I think. It'll probably be Jobe, and then Jobe will be like, actually, it's like one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. 1 out of 10.
I'm going to fucking kill you.
Jobe will be like, I've watched Hoodwinked like every day for the last 20 years.
I've got a Hoodwinked tramp stamp.
It's like Red kicking the shit out of Wolf is tattooed on my biceps, so when I flex, it's kicking. -6 out of 4.
Well, Trace, did you have that one written down, or did you think of that one just
No,
now?
I don't write down my bits like some people.
All right.
Mine comes off the cuff.
Shut up.
New sexy roleplay.
No. All right, but it's Granny and the Wolf.
Y'all's favorite bit from the movie?
Favorite bit. Damn. I think it's just all the shitty jokes.
No, you have to pick one specific one.
Yeah, that's
a cop-out. That's a cop-out.
Yeah, and I'm a cop-out kind of guy.
No, you're not. You're a piece of shit. Fucking pick one.
Which is what a cop-out would be.
No, you should be like, I didn't even watch the movie. Sorry, guys. I forgot to watch it.
That's Jobe.
I'm sorry, Jobe. Trace, pick one.
I'll go next.
Okay, Trace, pick one.
All right, we've given you.
Let me think. I'm thinking.
We'll go back to Jobe. Jobe,
cool.
What's your pick?
He wrote it on an Easter egg, which is very hard to read.
Yeah, you really got Marshall.
Marshall is currently in the throes of death.
I hate that Jobe went first because nothing's gonna get a reaction on Marshall like that.
Okay, It's not like the funniest, but for me, it's definitely the goat on the mountain.
That's
followed
good.
by you small, you little. It's so good every time.
All right,
Trace.
now you go.
I think I just like the part where the squirrel's kind of, he's spinning his little, and the wolf is just having none of it, and he's like, by God, you will learn how to read or learn how to speak.
So he goes, was it Lord is my witness? You'll learn how to speak.
I thought that part was very good because he's
that's a mid bit at best.
All right, well, I liked it personally. My opinion is that I thought it was pretty funny and I enjoyed it.
Probably thought it was man versus supernatural or some shit.
There's
like that.
no man in that situation.
Did we ever figure out what the fucking big ass beast inside the sewer cave was that Wolf and Twitchy got scared of? Is that just like the Yeti that lives in the mountain? Oh, okay, never mind. Oh yeah, because Super Mario Sunshine, you had to go through that one cave to get to Bowser. I got you. All right, let's. We're done. Let's write the movie now.
Write the movie? Idiot, stupid man, dumb, and a buffoon.
Hey, lay off. Is that a rough day? So easy.
I'm trying to make him cry.
I'm sorry, Trace, that I thought Jobe's bit in the movie
I knew it was funnier. And you know me, I'm a smart enough guy. I can acknowledge when Jobe's funnier than me.
Out Memento.
What do you mean I could? Marshall is being a bitch today and a bastard.
I would say this one's probably better than Ender's Game, but not as good at Spaceballs. So it sits right in between them at a 5.
All right.
That's good. Fuck, I give Spaceballs too high a score, I think.
Probably.
Yeah, because I think Spaceballs a 5.215. I'm gonna have to give this. It's not. Is it better than Ender's Game? As a movie, I like Ender's Game more. I think we're gonna give this one a solid 6.00002.
Okay. That's not bad.
You know what? 5.99992.
All right. Cool. I liked it.
Wait, what the hell is this 0 from Trace from Memento?
It's a good movie.
Don't you remember it's just trying to tank your average?
It's a 6, take it or leave it.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Oh, you're gonna give it an 8? You're gonna give it an 8.
Hold on, I gotta look and see what movies.
You're gonna look at me?
This is as good as Tombstone.
Trace, you have to be unbiased. Trace, you gotta stop. This isn't real.
Unbiased! This was your movie!
No,
I wanted to watch A Million Ways to Die in the West!
It's not even the title of this
movie.
You
gotta stand up for yourself.
I am now! My foot is down. It's an 8. Memento's back down to a 2.
Okay, Memento's a 2. Then Hoodwink's going down to a 3.444222.
I'm giving this a 15.
No, it can't go over 10. Can't go over 10.
As you, the listener at home, should know, watching and enjoying movies with your friends is a competition.
Because Marshall needed to give us a score based on our scores.
Listen, all Trace cares is that he's in last still.
No, Marshall got mad because I made him in second. He went, no!
Because you changed Memento out of already, and you can't unchange. You can't change.
I can't unchange Memento.
We can't.
I can't unchange Memento.
No, you already put it as a 2.
No, see, I have this condition. It's not amnesia.
I'm confused. What's Memento?
Well, Jabronicrons, that was another fantastic episode. If you have any suggestions for movies you'd like us to check out, let us know in the comments or hit us up on Instagram, Are we on Facebook?
No, we're just on Instagram and
Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on Grindr.
We're not. Anyways, next week's Joe pick, and we're doing Godzilla -1. If you want to watch along, just watch it probably the day before we record this. So you're gonna have to go back in time since these comes out after we.
These comes out.
Yeah. We're just gonna try and
That's good.
Over
That's
it.
good.
We're gonna gloss over
good, clean.
It's always good when Marshall's credibility goes down. It's always a
yeah,
good
you
day.
just hate the Mexican guy, I guess.
Nope, that's not true.
Sounds like it does.
No, it sounds like it does.
Yep.
You
All right,
suck
wrap
at this.
Our voices are fading out. Madison's doing the ad read.
This is where we put the ad read.
Marshall, where can they find us?